So we continue where we left off as we see that Yuji is being confronted by Sukuna, and as he's telling him that I am the fallen. But then suddenly Yuji goes back into reality as everyone is staring at him and they're just like, are you okay? Because Yuji just zoned out. In reality, he was actually in Sukuna's domain. Because last chapter, we saw that Angel was willing to agree to help Yuji and the rest of the gang to go ahead and free Gojo from the prison realm, but you have to go ahead and destroy Sukuna first, which is he is the fallen angel that she is referring to. And at this moment, freeing Gojo is definitely got a lot more challenging thanks to the ordeal with Angel. Sometimes you just cannot trust these hoes. So we go back into reality as Yuji is telling everyone that he's fine, he's just not feeling well, as everyone is just concerned and making sure that is he okay. But Yuji goes ahead and he gets up while he's trying to signal Megumi, because Megumi at this current moment is the only person that knows about Yuji's situation in this current room, and Yuji, he doesn't want to let everyone know about who's the fallen angel is Sukuna, because that will cause problem at this current moment, because we're at this chill period and we're trying to figure out what is our next strategy, since we already met Angel and now she brought this ordeal and we don't want to have all these problems. So as Megumi is thinking of who is the fallen angel, Yuji goes ahead and tries to get Megumi's attention by doing charades and trying to do silence language. But Megumi is just looking at Yuji like, bruh, what are you doing? I'm not here for your dumb antics anymore. Like, bruh, like I'm trying to think. But then all of a sudden, it dawned upon him and he realized what Yuji is trying to say, because as Yuji goes ahead and slip his hair back, Megumi realized that Yuji is saying that the fallen angel is Sukuna, which Megumi was like, oh shit! Which caused another problem into their plans on freeing Gojo from the prison realm. To set Gojo free, they will have to kill and annihilate a known player such as the Fallen, which is Sukuna and Ichidori. But Megumi, he does not like that plan at all, because it will involve to kill Yuji to set Gojo free. But it also goes into their favor, because if you set Gojo free, you will save millions of people and stop the calling games, and you will also stop Kenjaku. But then again, Megumi, he also wants to know Angel's ability and will she be powerful enough to annihilate Sukuna in general without any resurrection. And this is going into the mind of Megumi as he's staring at Yuji, as they both are having a conversation without even saying a word to each other. They're just staring at each other. And Yuji goes ahead and he says, we have enough points. Everything is fine, even though I don't know why my senpai hasn't added a rule yet. But once it's done, I'll be gladly to die. When I die, more than half of Sukuna will disappear and Gojo will return. But we see that Megumi, he's just like, I don't like this plan at all. That means that we will be willing to sacrifice your life. But then we see that Yuji says it's a cheap price to pay, as Angel is just out here just saying, this is odd. And she noticed something in the atmosphere is something strange, because more players are being added into the calling games. And she goes ahead and called Kogan, and she was like, hey, bruh, like something's off. Like I feel a more of cursed presence are just being added into like the calling games. So can you please tell me how many players has been added? And then so all of a sudden Kogan tells them in the last minute 807 people has been added into the calling games, and people are like, what the hell is going on? But then we get the explanation and we go back into the month of February of 2018, because right now we're in November, and now we're going a flashback to 2018 as we see Kenjaku. He's in the US of A, but he's also went to other countries around the world, because you can see that there's different nationalities in each panel of the certain pages, but it's heavily focused on the United States. But he goes ahead to go to all the world leaders, explaining to them about jujutsu, sorcery, cursed spirit, and cursed energy. As the world leaders, they're just looking at Kenjaku like, who is this crackhead and what is he spilling? Because they're just like, they don't know what he's talking about and they don't believe what he's saying because they're thinking that he's just capping. Because remember, jujutsu sorcery is only known for Japanese, and that's why he was just telling these world leaders that only Japanese people has the capabilities and are able to see curses and have cursed energy because their home base is in Japan. They never spread throughout the world because the whole entire world, they don't follow that ideology. So of course, they're not going to know all of this information. So Kenjaku, he tells them about this and he's like, hey, I have these cursed glasses, so you can go ahead and see these cursed spirits, because normal people, they won't see curses. So you have to be a sorcerer to be able to see curses. So these people, they are putting on these glasses and they are freaked the fuck out because they see all of these cursed spirits around them and on the table, and they're just like, what is this? Like, is this a prank? Is this a VR? And at this current moment, the president of the United States, he's not taking any of this shit seriously because he's saying VR makes me dizzy. But then the scientist, he goes ahead and he's like, calm down, Mr. President. Besides, too, this is real and this is a gold mine. We cannot miss this opportunity at all because the rest of the world, they are also involved in this whole situation. So Kenjaku, he is just explaining to them and eradicating these cursed spirits. And then all of a sudden the president, he is listening to them as they go ahead and they watch a compilation of all of these cursed sorcerers and everything that's happening in Jujutsu Kaisen, thanks to the medium that Mekamaru and his puppets are able to project, because they were able to record everything that's going on. And even Kenjaku, he doesn't even name him at all. He just says, yeah, I know the sorcerer who was able enough to have manipulation, cursed energy, where he's able enough to use his puppets to record all of these events. So even when he helped him out, Kenjaku still disrespect him, man. This is a huge L. This one betrayal caused all of this scene. So as he's showing everyone about these sorcerers and everything else, the president, he's just looking at them and he's just like, well, this is not bad. This is like kind of like watching a movie. So they're still not taking this thing seriously. But then the scientist, he goes ahead and he's just like, Mr. President, this is real, bro. Like, cursed energy is the new thing of energy sources. Plus the dude with the white hair, Gojo, he is so powerful enough that he can power the whole entire country infinitely. And besides, this power will bring a whole bunch of clean energy for all of human history. So the president, he's just like, all right, bro, like what is your deal? Do you want us to capture and kidnap all the Japanese people so that way we can use them as guinea pigs for your plan? As Kenjaku, he's just smirking. He was just like, bruh, like, of course. Now with all of this new information, all of the world countries, they are invested into Kenjaku's plan, which caused the number to go into 807 people into the colony games, because we see that all of the world leaders are bringing their soldiers or their own Japanese people into the colony game, which will cause a huge war. And during this whole war, which caused a whole bunch of mayhem and hard times, which automatically will awaken a lot of people to be new sorcerers and will cause a whole bunch of cursed energies and cursed spirits, thanks to all of the negative stuff that's happening around the world. And the people who are not able enough to go ahead and be new sorcerers, they will be fused enough to go into Master Tegan, into Nirvana. So that way that we see that Kenjaku, he was to be taking over the world, because this man starts to instigate and telling everyone about jujutsu sorceries, and all of the world government, they want to have this power because they want to have ultimate powers and be number one. And thanks to Kenjaku with his political stance and his political abilities, he is just causing all of this. So he's not even worrying about the calling games as of right now or anything that's going down, because of the fact that it is that the calling games was made for the purpose of having the whole entire world knows about jujutsu sorcery, so that way it can go into the Heathen period, where everyone knows about jujutsu sorceries and everyone can be a sorcerer, and cursed spirits and cursed energy can flourish throughout the whole entire world, and taking the world down in his own hands. And that's just pretty much the end of this chapter. So we know more information about Kenjaku's plans, on why he's doing the calling games and what was the whole purpose of it, and also to his whole plans from the beginning of the series to now. And it was all so that the whole entire world can actually will cause a huge war and a massive chaos into the calling games as they're invading in Japan. But also too, seeing that Yuji, he's willing to risk his life so that way they could free Gojo thanks to Angel's plan, was really interesting. And he is a team player, even though he has 3 more of Sukuna's fingers, but it still will be powerful enough to go ahead and annihilate Sukuna. But he still needs 3 fingers, so that way Sukuna can be like fully like actually like be 100%. But other than that, let me know down in the comment section what you guys think about this chapter, what you guys think about this reveal, because this whole chapter was 100% crazy. I cannot believe we are able to see what was going down. But if you guys do like the video, please give it a like, subscribe, and remember, always be decent. This is the Monotone Man, and hope you guys have a wonderful day and be safe out here. Peace.